I had a vision in my day sleep. My health and wealth was finally got a rising peak. Thinking if there was more unity in my community, there'd probably be a better me. I pray to God, I'm getting older now. World on my shoulder now. Takes more accountability. It's not just me I take care of now.
Hello, you're listening to Jay Harrell. Jay Harrell provides relevant and practical information for your life, your health, and your wealth. Hello, this is Jay Harrell, and today I'd like to talk about an important subject concerning the black community. HIV, 5 facts black people should know about this important subject. Here are some stunning facts from the CDC about African Americans and HIV. Did you know that African Americans accounted for an estimated 44% of all new HIV infections among adults and adolescents 13 years and older in 2010, despite representing only 12% of the United States population? That is a population rate of AIDS, HIV, that is 8 times higher than whites overall. In 2010, an estimated 20,900 new HIV infections among adult and adolescent African Americans. The rate among African American men was 7 times that of white men, twice that of Latino men, and nearly 3 times that of African American women. Jay Harrell started working in infectious disease and started dealing with HIV patients in the early to mid 1990s while he was working at a pharmacist in Houston, Texas. It was interesting in the fact that the only people that I saw in this area were white men, fairly affluent, in the mid-20s to mid to late 30s. But by 1995, that had changed. After the CDC had said that they had received over 500,000 cases that were reported from the local and state health departments. By then, it was many more black men. I saw very few black women there, but it was mostly black men. What I'll tell you, sisters, is that looking at the data, that you need to do 2 different things. You need to protect yourself, and then you need to test yourself before you get in a relationship, because y'all prefer black men more than any other group of women. You need to test yourself because black men have a pretty high rate, as the data show, of HIV. So it is a huge problem. That's what I want to let you know. It's a huge problem. From the early 90s, when we were doing everything we can just to find a drug that would work, and we could tell because if it didn't work, nobody showed up for the next dose. So we've come a long way, but the best thing to do is to prevent HIV in the first place. As a community, we need to do some things to protect ourselves in combating this terrible disease, HIV/AIDS. There's plenty of material out there, and public awareness is pretty high of this disease, but we still have to do more, and you have to take a personal responsibility. Black females, when there's 70% of the new AIDS cases are black males, you have to do some things to protect yourself. I'm selfish in the fact that I do have a sister and a daughter. The reason why I'm so passionate about this disease, I remember in about 95, 96, I would go on every code when somebody had a medical emergency, and I was responsible for the HIV infectious disease area. A black dude, maybe 25, he was much younger than I was. I was looking at him, and I had sort of gotten used to people, unfortunately, maybe dying of HIV/AIDS. And this young guy was just looking at me. And, at first it was like, God, the last thing that this guy is going to see, I guess it was good in fact that he could see another black man, an older black man. But the last thought of maybe a 25 or 30-year-old black male is going to be looking at me, and it really made me think I need to do something and try to inform people so That won't happen because what was the potential of that young man? What was the potential? What was his? He could have been a great father. He could have been a great leader. He could have been a great teacher. And it applies to the sisters too. When I see these rates that's tremendously high, we need to do something. It's ravaging our community, our people. So let's do something. Help yourself and help your future and save the pain and agony that your family and that you're going to go through. Follow, like J. Harold on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus and iTunes.